And there will be 3 treasure chests in the throne room. One will have a magic key. The other 2, something to help him out, and we'll find out in a matter of moments what that is.
So sit back, relax, and strap it down. Dragon Warrior Randomizer here on Randomania. Also like to thank Captain Green for the restream, CD Improv for the tracking. We got some wings and a second magic key.
So this allows for a little bit of interesting strategy. Do you potentially set up a level 1 gold grind? Well, Ryguy is not, although there is a town right outside. But we're going to take a look and see what's in the treasury and be able to go from there. Ooh, a dragon scale. That'll help with the defense by 2. There's some big bucks in the bottom left. There's an herb that'll help heal some hit points. And some big bucks in the middle as well.
That'd be enough for a hand axe and some chainmail.
Yes, the dragon scale, once you put it on, that will add 2 defense points to your total. And yes, Ryguy going to use that last key to open up the back of the castle. So that's all told probably the smart play, as you wouldn't necessarily want to sacrifice the key to get all that gold. But who knows? Maybe one of those towns up to the northeast there is Rimeldar. And if that has keys... no, MTI. There were 2 keys in the throne room along with a set of wings. Oh, and one of those towns is Cole.
Just imagine if the armor is there. Is it?
Oh, it's the token. So one of the 3 key items that are needed... Yeah, the Erdrick's Tease, as High Spirit's calling it in chat. But let's see here, with 655 gold, not enough to buy a weapon. It looks like chainmail's as good as you're going to go, and Ryguy going to hold off. Going to utilize that 1 herb and see what the other town is, and it is Garenham.
This is big for Jackimus once he gets over there, because he bought keys. And there's a copper sword, there's a chainmail, you get a small shield, you can get some decent starting weapons. And by the way, just a small thing, today is actually a special day for me. It is my birthday, and I got a new headset from my brother Garrett and my mom, so I'm going to be off headset for a bit and put this thing on.
Oh, well, happy birthday, Sigma, as we've got the contents behind Garenham here, a torch, fairy water, and some big bucks. And in the back stairs, we've got the Vanilla Stones of Sunlight Cave, a free chest. It's known as the Bonus Cave. Here it's got an herb, so that'll save 24 gold. Not quite the items that they were looking for, but we'll see here now with the added defense and that decent offense here. Is Ryguy going to be able to hang on with this Scorpion? I believe he had bought some herbs. So as long as the Scorpion doesn't have anything funny, this could add up to an early level here. And yes, the flashing number is... Well, that means that it is the lowest possible statistic in the case of the strength, but no matter, with the copper sword able to slice up that Scorpion. Here comes level 2 with 10 power, 2 speed, 0 hit points, and 19 magic points, but no spells in which to utilize it.
MTI is loving that.
Here.
So early exploration, and with no heal spells, the conservation of herbs is going to be very important here. Oh, Jackimus did a little bit of a kind of quick grind here. Actually, pretty much with 2 gold chests in there and able to upgrade to the broadsword. That's going to add 20 attack power to his total. Ryguy looking to do the same, although only having the one chest there in Garenham was a little bit more deliberate. Ryguy looking for some defense, going to purchase the half plate. That's going to add 6 more defense to his total. And to answer a question in chat, the only special flag that is on here is Big Swamp. And Ryguy looking to tangle with a wolf, and it might be a little too much too soon. Oh, and werewolves have hurt more. That'll be a little problematic for the better part of the end of the seed. We have a cave here on Jack's side. I believe the northern end of the swamp cave, based on the movements, able to get away from the Druin Lord and gets out to the other side, and we've got some desert. Not able to get away, though. Meanwhile, 23 power, a huge strength gain on level 3. No MP, which is fine because no spells. And just
5
that quickly,
power,
here comes
13
level
speed.
4. Oh, but Ryguy running into an armored knight. They tend to be trouble utilizing... Ooh, well, stop spell and the baby breath. That may not be so bad once Erdrick's armor is acquired.
Yeah, that could set up... If you can find a spike saw with an armored knight, that might be worth taking on. Depending if the breath is 75%. And with stop spell, too.
Yeah, fairly tame as long as it doesn't attack. Meanwhile, level 4 now on Jack's side.
This could be big. Metal slime, he gets a hit off. Can he last the duration for this metal slime?
Oh, he gets a crit!
He does!
255 experience, and that's going to vault him up to level 6, I believe.
11, 2, 16, 6 at level 6 and gets hurt.
With that attack power of 73, I don't think you're going to be... It almost seems anticlimactic in a sense. Even at level 5 with the 62 attack for Ryguy. And unable to get away from a stone man, although it has hurt.
That's another one that you might want to grind upon at the end, but those are the... Out of the 6 spike tile enemies, that's the one you least want, because they do hit hard, but you have to cast sleep on them.
And for now, Ryguy just looking to get some of those kind of mid-tier enemies here, kind of in Zone 1. Well, a ghost not exactly what he's looking for. Meanwhile, well, Jack was looking to go after an armored knight, but pretty bold move, but was a little much there, and that's going to send him back to the start with half of Jack's gold.
Yeah, a little too early to tackle those armor knights. If you had hurt more, I could see it, but not with 62 hit points. That I could see, but not with not with just hurt and a broadsword.
Well, level 6 for Ryguy, it kind of hidden between the double level for Jack, a rather lackluster level 6. I believe 1 strength, 1 agility, 4 hit points, and 1 magic point.
And Jackimus is running into a stone man, but he runs away as fast as he can. Herb him. And finds another cave right down there.
So Jack just 1 experience away from level 7 and finds a cave here. And is going to utilize a torch, and we see that it is the tablet cave. Access to a free item. No enemy encounters, just a little bit of a walk. Doubled by the fact that they don't have outsides, so you're going to have to walk back the other way.
It's a good breather when you're playing Big Swamp.
And I believe in that brief flash of frame, I think it was the cursed belt that I saw Jack pick up.
It was, and Ryguy is doing the same. But he doesn't have a torch, so he's gonna just nope on out of there.
Yeah, it takes a keen eye to catch some of these things with frozen frames.
Jackimus defeating a Warlock, now gets level 7. What does he have?
Oh, 4-1, 14-9, but there is the spell of Hurt More.
That's good. Also, what's big is heals, and with Big Swamp, you're praying for heal.
You can see here the Hurt More spell on the werewolf, able to one-shot it. There's another 95 experience. So Ryguy is going to look to get to that 337 target, and then he will be off to the races in terms of, well, knocking some bigger enemies down.
And when that happens, we will have a race. Now it's just a matter of, rates have DL2 breaths, so that's going to stop Jackimus dead in his tracks. Even though Jackimus does have 76 hit points, he will have enough to... he could absorb one.
Well, presuming that Jack is at full HP, which is hard to say given that you've got all the swamp that you're walking through.
Ooh, fizzle, Hurt More. Hopefully the next one doesn't fizzle.
Just able to get it and gets level 8.
$11 power, 10 speed, 2 hit points. Didn't see any magic points there because of the good PEI internet.
I'm not sure if there were any to behold, and here at level 8, the magic point looking a little lackluster.
It is suspect. So Jackimus is going to run into a wizard here.
And it has sleep.
And big news for Ryguy, he finds Cantlin.
So this could lead to some coordinates. This could be a rather interesting development here. Gonna head on over, purchase a couple of herbs.
Yeah, Ryguy is doing the really smart play here. And as we've seen, it's in the first continent. So Ryguy will take 2 steps, herb up, 2 steps, herb up, 2 steps, herb up.
Probably a point of no return at this point, but now we'll see here 52 south and 6 west.
That's looking like princess coordinates to me.
I didn't get to see how far south the castle that traveled there, but we'll see. Ryguy gonna utilize a key here, pick up some money.
Yeah, I think he's gonna go buy some herbs. It'd be a smart thing to do. Or what he could do is buy keys and do a bit of a ghetto grind. Maybe get himself a broadsword and half plate.
Yeah, it wouldn't take too terribly long to get the 2,500 gold. Maybe 2 trips in and out of the castle. As the Axe Knight taking out Jackimus. That low rolling Hurtmore, not enough to take it out.
Ryguy's doing something we haven't seen yet, and that is checking underneath the castle. And it is the Silver Harp Trading Cave. So that is valuable information for Ryguy.
And you can see the differential utilizing Hurtmore. Jack already with about a 400 experience lead. And this is an enemy that Ryguy, with Hurtmore, could take on and out. But doesn't quite have it yet, just needing about another 48 experience.
Right, but the problem with him taking on that Armor Knight is that he does have Stop Spell, and Ryguy does not have Erdrick's Armor, so he is vulnerable to Stop Spell if the Armor Knight can attack first.
That's a fair point. Although, given how difficult it is to get away from an Armored Knight, it's almost better to take your chances and cast the Hurtmore if you have it. Meanwhile, a note that there's a what is known as a spark over bridge, a bridge to 1 tile over on the right side of Jack's screen.
Pretty far out, and Jackimus is running out of magic points to maybe try to validate this. But what a boon it would be if that was 52 South 6 West, that spark over area, and could get himself maybe the Fairy Flute or Erdrick's Armor.
That could certainly be historical, and Ryguy now gets level 7 and gets Hurtmore as well as heal, and is thankful for that and immediately is off to the races here.
Jackimus is getting some stuff in as well, finds Jerk Cave, but is going to have problems, is going to be out of magic. He senses he's not going to be able to go anywhere else, so he's got to take the Death Warp. He'll be going back to Tantagel. Now he's got to figure out which way do I go. Meanwhile, Ryguy seems to be counting this.
Now, it's going to be a bit of a windy path to get down that far, as it looks like there is a rather large body of water separating the 52 and 6. But if Ryguy does count this out and it happens to be Erdrick's Armor, that is a huge boon here in the early going. Now Ryguy looks like he might have made a marker there.
Jackimus has not gone to the east, east of Tantagel, save for those 2 towns. So he doesn't know where to find the armor. And the problem for Ryguy is he's got a golem who hits hard and plays hard, and it's going to send Ryguy back to Tantagel. Level 9 for Jack. 1 speed, 1 hit point, 14 magic, and heal more. That is huge. And Radiant, too. So, if I'm Jack, and I die, do you explore east of Tantagel?
Well, if you're Jack, sometimes even you don't know what you're going to do at any given moment. So it's very hard to predict, and that's part of what makes Jack so good is you don't know what he's going to do. Even he doesn't know what he's going to do.
Pretty much takes it seed by seed. Now we're seeing him getting out of Tantagel. He is gonna jump into Swamp Cave. And he's gonna find some good enemies to hurt more, maybe get to level 10 on his way out of Swamp.
And Jack gonna take a peek here at that trap tile that generates an enemy every time you walk through it, and sees it's a stone man and wants no part of it.
Yeah, he does have the HP and MP to take care of it, though, and with 92 attack power, it's a little dangerous, but you can do it.
And a little bit of feast or famine as far as the enemies in the cave there. You have slimes and magidrakes, but you also have those axe knights that are really good hurt-morable enemies.
I gotta think Jackimus is probably gonna wait till level 10. If he's got a sleep spell, he'll probably go for it. Meanwhile, Ryguy is counting. He's gonna heal up, and who knows, he might be... No, he's just exploring. Which makes sense.
Yeah, he probably saw how windy that path is and realizes, okay, princess rescue may be in the future here. Level 8 now for Ryguy. And level 10 now for Jack. 4 power. 1 speed. 5 hit points. 8 MP and a new spell.
And it's Repel.
Oh, Ryguy finding a cave here, running low on resources, using his last herb.
Has to be Swamp. This has to be Mountain or the Grave. And it is Mountain Cave.
It is the Mountain Cave.
He's gonna burn his hurt more here. That's fine, but now you gotta hope you don't run into anything nasty.
Well, there's an herb which he immediately utilizes. Oh, but there's an axe knight able to get away.
That's what I was saying. You better hope for nothing nasty.
And another herb.
Living the blessed life is he. Now it's just a matter of what's in these other 3 chests. Possibly he could get a gold grind he could get a gold grind going, and that would be a good play. Pick up a full plate, maybe a flame sword.
Well, speaking of gold, there's a couple of chests of it there. Oh, but not able to get away.
So that last chest will remain a mystery for now, but he does have the gold grind available to him. He's just got to remember which chests were which. Now, is he going to utilize it or no? Yeah, he is.
I was thinking, okay, well, there's 1 chest there, and there it is, and also has the added bonus of going to the top chest and can grind back up to 6 herbs as well. Now, the reason that this is able to be done, it takes advantage of a programming oversight on those who created the game. Now, treasure chests, they respawn or they show back up every time you go to the overworld map, but due to the programming limits at the time, it only tracks up to 8 treasure chests as open, so every chest open beyond that 8th chest can be taken over and over again. So by opening the 4 treasure chests in the mountain cave, death warping back to the castle, where you won't go to the overworld, there are the 3 chests that are in the throne room that are automatically marked as open so you don't take them repeatedly. And then opening 1 chest here in the treasury, that was number 8. Now this gold chest here is number 9. And Ryguy is proceeding to print money.
Meanwhile, Jackimus goes to level 11. I saw 5 and 7 for strength and agility. Didn't see anything else. And Jackimus is in Mountain Cave.
So this should be interesting. If Jack's able to hold on and there is a quest item, that's a huge amount of doubling back that Ryguy will have to do. Although Ryguy at this point going to do a safety save here, having done that gold grind up to 27,278.
Yeah, I think he might have seen a silver shield and the flame sword. I don't think he's seen the magic armor.
And is avoiding the towns of Cole and Garanham there. Perhaps going to try to head back to Cantlin?
Yeah, he was in Cantlin. He knows where it is, so that seems to be the play. And it's right around that area, I do believe. Jackimus couldn't take care of the Axe Knight, and now he's going to go the way of Ryguy and look for other ventures. For him, it would be finding Cantlin. That'd be big for him. Ryguy doesn't make it, so he's going to do a reset with all that gold, which now you're in that position, you have all that gold, you're in either you make it or you reset.
And an interesting note here from chat that the amount of gold gathering to possibly go with the silver shield, the flame sword, and the full plate armor, except the amount to do so is about 300 and change short, although maybe figuring, okay, there's a little bit of fighting on the way to be able to get up to 27,600. So now I think he'll be good, as long as he can make it there.
And there it is right there. He's almost there. He's going to take out the Star Wyvern. That's going to be too short of Cantlin, whereas Jackimus has just reached Cantlin. He's going to look for a large shield. He's not going to find it in that first one. Meanwhile, Ryguy is going to get to level 9. That is his heal more. Now he can start to come back from this 1,300 point deficit, even though he does have the thing. Yeah, it's that bottom shop. It has the flame sword. He knows where a full plate is, and that's where the silver shield is. So Ryguy is going
he's going for the broadsword. Interesting.
That is something. Maybe he forgot about the flame sword. He's gonna go in the shop and see the bad news.
Well, we'll see if it's necessarily bad news, and now he's gonna opt to not get the flame sword. Perhaps gonna look into that middle shop, see if it has the magic armor?
I don't know why. Maybe he's getting that magic armor for healing purposes. But it's not there. He might as well take the flame sword.
Yep, an additional 8 attack power, so Ryguy upgrading kind of twice in there. Now is up to you can see here, the attack now just getting into triple digits.
Yep, and Jackimus has found Sherlock. It is south of Cantlin, so And ooh, there's a cave right there. That's got to be the grave.
And a town as well, and it is Rimeldar.
Yeah, that's what additional chest Jackimus could take a look at. And if it's Erdrick's sword, then that's good news. And
It looks like it's the fighter's ring.
that is also good news. That's 2 additional attack power.
Yes, when
And Ryguy's going to be close behind.
Yeah, both heading in the same direction. So Ryguy with a little bit of a... Oh, look at this. There's a town kind of tucked away on the other side of Sharlock here. And
It's
I
either
believe
Breckenary or Hawksness.
it's Hawksness.
That is big for Ryguy. Maybe he could find ye olde Erdrick's armor here. Meanwhile, Jackimus is in the grave. He's going to look for the Stones of Sunlight and the Silver Harp here. Where, remembering where everything is, that is a great play. He could get both of those and get his drop. And he does get the harp out of there. Oh, Ryguy has to deal with the red dragon.
One was empty. Yeah, the far left one was empty. I'm not sure about the middle one. Oh, and red dragons have heal more. Oh, no.
So
I can
not
tell
only
you
do they
that,
hit hard, they have heal more, so you might want to nope out of there and maybe wait until you have stop spell.
Well, maybe hoping for the crit here, as that could potentially be enough to put it over the top. Or maybe hoping that it's just 25% to cast that heal more. Oh, gets it on the last swing. And it's the armor. What a get.
It's a massive get, so we know the search spot is the fairy float.
Oh, Ryguy going to attack here, and now that hurt doing a little bit less damage, but hurt. Oh, it hits for 2. Last swing here, can he get enough? And does so. What fortune here for Ryguy, and that's going to get him level 10 before potentially death warping back to the castle.
And that's going to get him repel. That's going to put him on level pegging with Jackimus and spell-wise. Take a look at this 4th chest, and it looks to be gold. And there is level 12. 9 power, 1 power, 1 power 9, 1 9, 17, 8. Didn't see a new spell. But, oh, he got stop spell. That could be bad news for Jackimus if he decides, if he finds the stones here. He has not seen Hawk's Nest, but he has the coordinates, so he might want to take a shot and go rescue the princess.
Nice crit by Jackimus on a metal slime. That metal slime's going to need a medic after this here. And Breckenary over on Ryguy's side. Not going to bother looking for anything, because other than Erdrick's sword has all the best stuff.
And as far as we know here in the booth, it could only be in one of two places now. It could only be in that last chest in... Jack's internet decided to be wonky, so he couldn't see what was in that chest. But it's gotta be either... He's hoping... Yeah.
Well, we know it wasn't Erdrick's sword.
Wasn't the sword, and we don't know if it was the stones. Jackimus's gold grinding is going to set up a gold grind, which I think is a smart play. He has seen what was in Cantlin. So he's just going to dine on green dragons and werewolves until they kick him out.
Yep, I tried looking back at the instant replay, and it simply said, "Fortune smiles, and that's where it stopped.
So that leaves the only chest left outstanding to us is the last one in Mountain Cave, and that's got to be where the stones are.
Well, Jack is now utilizing the gold grind. So Jack now going to head to the back end of Tangential Castle and is going to trade in that silver harp for the Staff of Rain. And then all that's needed is the Stones of Sunlight, which we're fairly certain wasn't acquired, but we haven't seen Jack's item inventory to be able to confirm that.
And it looks like Jackimus is going to continue searching. Maybe he is going to go to Cantlin. He is going to get his... Looks like he's just going to go get Silver Shield.
Certainly makes sense. Ryguy, meanwhile, picking up the fighter's ring. And here's the grave for Ryguy.
He's going to get the silver harp in there, and if he dives to the bottom, we'll finally see what was in that last item. Meanwhile, Jackimus has just found Hawk's Nest.
Oh, it was the stones.
Stones and silver, so... Wow. Jack has everything.
And now Jack, with more HP, is going to encounter the red dragon here. Does not know that it has heal more yet. But with heal more himself, this battle should be fairly easier.
And also, he's got stop spells. So once he sees that the red dragon's got heal more, he can easily throw that stop spell in.
And hits it first try.
This fight should be a can of corn for him. Tilo, yes, we did see the Swamp Spike Cave. It is the Stone Man. And that makes it tough for our runners. I mean, which one's the better battle, Stone Man or the Red Dragon? Neither one of them are great. But an excellent move by JackimusWedge. He is actually going to get level 13 out of this.
1 power, 2 speed, 5 hit points, 0 magic points. Gets a spell of sleep, though. But more importantly, gets the armor.
And Jack has Silver Shield, I do believe.
So for those joining us here about 45 minutes in, so Big Swamp was selected here for this seed. Both of our runners have the quest items, except Ryguy still has to go back to Tangential Castle to trade in for the Staff of Rain. I don't believe, have we seen where the Rainbow Drop Cave is?
Yeah, both Jackimus and Jackimus has seen it, so he knows where it is. And he is, I think Improv is right, it is up and left. So the question now becomes this. How far does Jack's grind go? Because if you take a look at his stats, they're pretty good. Now, and with Stoneman having Stop Spell, you can easily make a case of grinding on Stoneman. And Jackimus is going straight to the jerk.
A nice but untimely crit on Ryguy's part, and that's going to take out the Armored Knight.
And it looks like Chad is in agreement, because the Stonemen have hurt and stop spell. That looks to be the play.
So it is confirmed that the torch is deep in Garen's grave. So as we're looking here, the options are pretty slim as far as where Erdrick's sword can be. It looks like it's down to 8 different treasure chests, 7 of which are in Charlotte Castle. Jack has traded in for the Rainbow Drop, utilizes the wings because no return spell as of yet.
And it looks like Jackimus is going to go grand on the Stone Man.
So I guess we can bring out the 25,000 gold pyramid guessing game with an added bonus of the 8th treasure chest here. Now, for those unfamiliar, down deep in Charlotte Castle, there are 6 treasure chests that are arranged just like a pyramid. So we decided to pay homage to that great game show of the 80s that was revived recently. And we utilized the dollar values from that 80s version of the game show to guess which chest it is. The lower left being the $50 chest, the lower middle chest being $100, lower right being $150, middle left $200, middle right $250, and the top chest $300. Now, as far as the other chests, in this case, we've got the vanilla chest, which has been known as the judge's table. And in this added thing, which looks like Jackimus may eliminate the guesswork in a little bit here, we have the bottom of the mountain cave, which I guess for lack of a better term is the audience?
No, I was thinking we could use another Bob Stewart game show. Somebody says $1 Bob. I like that. The $1 Bob, because Bob Stewart did invent The Price is Right.
This is true. That does go way back here.
1956 is when The Price is Right debuted on American television. A far cry of what it was nowadays. Just think of the entire show being contestants' row.
With more than one bid apiece. Yes, that definitely takes you back. Bill Cullen, a great host of that as well.
Absolutely. And Jackimus is exploring all the other caves for one simple reason. He does not know what the other chests had. So this will eliminate everything.
It's a set of wings, so confirmed Erdrick's sword is in the final castle.
So we are playing the 25,000 gold piece pyramid. Now, I could see Jackimus going after those red dragons for one simple reason. It's really close. And I think Jackimus might just dive for the sword right now.
Well, an interesting play here on Ryguy's side, knowing that Return has not been acquired yet, purchasing a couple of wings here in Cantlin.
I like that play as well because Ryguy doesn't know what that fifth chest in the mountain cave is either. And I also don't think Ryguy has seen Jerk Cave either.
And utilizing one of those wings.
I think he realizes that he never checked underneath the castle, so he's going to do that right now.
So a question in chat, when will this get to a bracket? So the remainder of this week and next week is the fifth and final Swiss round. So starting, I believe that would be Monday, the 9th of September. That is when the bracket stage begins.
And looks like Jackimus is going to go dive for the sword. He does have an excellent
crit.
Move. And that almost gets him to level 14.
Yep, 5625, the target number, so this kill will get it here. And Jack continuing to be the aggressor on these upper tier enemies, and already at level 14, maintaining about a 2,500 experience lead over Ryguy. And now 5 power, 6 speed, 4 hit points, 5 magic points. Decent gains. I mean, the strength is certainly up there, and yeah, getting the Erdrick sword here, I mean, that would boost the attack power by another 20.
They'll put him at 133. He is going to get a fizzled hurt more on the green dragon, but he can go at 14. Everything's going to be a little suspect, though, but he could go.
Well, what gives at least a little bit of an advantage here to Jack is this seed has not been very kind with the agility, and Jack's build based on the entrance of thine wing, or yeah, I'm reading chat here as well. Freudian slip there. Thanks, Setver. Thanks to the entrance of thine name, adding 2 bonuses to the statistics, in this case the strength and agility as opposed to strength and HP for Ryguy. That little boost here will certainly help, as the hit points look to be rather plentiful, but the agility not so much.
That is true, and both of them are running an extra strength build, so that's nullified. Normally, a lot of our runners run strength hit points, but this could be the few times that strength agility could play out in the end.
So this is a dual purpose here for Jack, as Ryguy continuing to look around, I believe at this point, for the Rainbow Drop Cave. Oh, and gets slept and wrecked diving Sharlock by a sleep and hurt more combo on the werewolf.
And Ryguy just went past Jerk Cave. No, this is Mountain Cave. We would have to remember,
so
he hasn't
Ryguy's
seen
gonna
that fifth.
re-dive.
Remember, here's the thing: he's never seen that 5th chest, so he's kind of banking that 5th chest is Erdrick's sword.
Jack, meanwhile, going to go right back into Sharlock and make another dive, but in doing so, this is kind of a leisurely paced grind.
Well, if you're getting a good diet of green dragons, then you can afford to be a little leisurely about it.
All right, Ryguy finds that 5th cave, or that 5th chest in the cave, I should say, recognizes that it's the wings, and utilizes those wings to go right back to the castle. Meanwhile, Jack is continuing to add the experience here. I'm trying, rather interestingly, to add that to the mix. So I guess continually adding to thine experience gain here.
And thine stop spell, Fizzle. But thou didn't fail that one. Ryguy now finds the Jerk.
Yes, the reason he is known in the Dragon Warrior Randomizer community as the Jerk is if you don't have, most notably, Erdrick's token among the 3 items, then he will kick you out of the cave like the jerk that he is.
Yeah, he's got a brother in, I want to say it is Cole. You talk to him and he says, "Art thou really the Desertric of Erdrick, as thou hast proof?"
So Jack
And
taking out another red dragon, and is already about a little less than 500 experience away from level 15.
Oh, Ryguy never dove the entirety of Tablet either.
And there probably is that moment of panic going, oh no, this cave was right here. Did it have the sword? Does Jack have me obliterated? But realizes, nope, it's Curse Belt.
So Jack is looking to almost complete the diamond floor, but is running into all of the heavy hitters. However, if he does defeat this red dragon, well, he decides against it. He's going to run away. So he's going to get to this little piece of the map. And there's those werewolves that he hates so much.
And it casts Sleep again. Attacks for 20. Another attack for 17. It throws down a Hurt More. Wakes up, though, and swings with 11 hit points, is able to take it out. But you can see the resource is dangerously low here, heading into the 4th of 7 basements.
Now, here Jack has a decision. Does he want to go straight to the judge's table, or does he want to just try to make his way to the armory?
Oh, this is interesting here, as Ryguy is in the swamp cave, is probably going to work on those stone men. Now, there's also the bonus of the occasional Axe Knight. And it looks like Jackimus is going to take the path to the vanilla and finds a torch. So Erdrick's sword is in the pyramid. Now down to just 2 MP, so no way of healing other than walk healing. Doing a good job, though, getting a hero's run here in the 5th and 6th basements.
He's going to have full health, and there he is. He is near the armor, getting ready to scale the 25,000 gold piece pyramid, and Star Wyvern's going to try to block him, but he runs away. 250 has gold. 300 has a magic key. It's 200 that has Erdrick's sword. So he's just going to clear everything out of this. Ooh, death necklace. That could be very helpful if he decides to grind some more. And it was quite a run, Thelo. And he's going to get level 15 in the process.
0, 1, 2, 15, and a new spell. So there's return, all spells acquired. And now Jack looking at the numbers.
You go.
The question in chat, yes, Jack did go to the vanilla chest first and found a torch before going down to the pyramid.
I've seen Ryguy run, and he always goes to the armory first.
Jack gonna make a trek here and perhaps see what that mini boss is right before the Dragon Lord.
Ryguy is grinding on the stone men, which I have no problems with at all. But he is going to be lacking in agility, but that has been quoted many times. It's just a number.
A bit of a debate from chat here as to whether 15 is the level to go, and you can see Jack kind of swinging and walking along and taking on some enemies. So I think that thou figures that thine stats are not quite enough to make it at level 15.
Well, he's got a chance. I would say 50-50 right now, but
it's an
that
Axe
could be
Knight.
interesting.
But it's a
Axe
long
Knights
way
hit
down
hard.
there. Meanwhile, level 14, can Jack get one more here before death warping back? Yes, thou does.
Jack's got a decision to make. Where does he go? Because if he wants to get to 16, Hawk's Nest is just right there. And that's a 255 shot.
But you're dealing with a heel-mooring red dragon. Lorgon joining us here. The enemies, it was rather problematic the first couple of floors as the red dragons were very well making their presence felt.
And it looks like Jack is going to heal. I'm looking at the stats. 68 agility, 89 MP, 84 defense power. Dragon Lord would probably hit for, if he goes physical, at max 49, I think. And
That's
with... okay. So... he'll be okay because he's not going to do Death Necklace. So he's got 133 attack power. So let's do some Dragon Lord 2 math, shall we, Jack? Shall we, Fearon?
I don't know who I am anymore. No, so yeah, looking here... we're going to use Jack's numbers here. So you take the attack power 133, subtract 100. So that leaves you with 33. Cut that number in half, rounding down. So you've got 16. That's your high range. And then cut that number in half from 16 to 8. That is your low range. So every attack on the second form of the Dragon Lord will do 8 to 16 hit points of damage. And again, the Dragon Lord has anywhere from 150 to 165 hit points.
And
so,
Jack
on
is
average,
gonna nope out. Oh, he's gonna go buy a torch.
Yeah, 12 hit points of damage on average. So if you presume that Dragon Lord has the max, it's going to be 14 attacks, and you have 89 hit points, which is 11 heal mores to use. It's Jack is going to need some favorable rolls against the Dragon Lord going at 15, but I think the plan is to fight on the way down, as 9750 is the target number to get to level 16, and that is just over 1,000 experience away. So a question in chat, what enemies are defense broken apart from the wizards here in Charlotte Castle? Well, there aren't any others. Now, what defense breaking means is when your defense is the same as or higher than an enemy's strength, it gives a different calculation as far as damage that can have you take usually as low as or as high as the mid-teens in hit points of damage and as low as 0 with a miss. And of note here, Ryguy just hitting level 15, so that experience gap that was around 2,600 or so is now down to about 1,400, as Ryguy has been dedicated to this grind and has not had to make as many trips to the inn to recover. Although here's an Armored Knight, that's going to use up some MP.
Yeah, I think Ryguy is on a diving grind. Sorry, I had to step away. I had to take care of a couple of things.
No worries. And Tilo, I believe you're right. I don't think that Ryguy has left the swamp since this grind has started. So he's been able to get a good 2,000 experience on this same grind and not have to go from in-visit to in-visit. Oh, Jack having to burn a heal more already is now down to 10 and is really hoping for a huge strength and or hit point gain at level 16.
And he's almost there, and plus he's got a... Did we ever see what was in the spike tile?
The Axe Knight is the guardian of the Dragon Lord.
Then I think he should be okay. But with all of these dragons, I think the major problem for him is you got the dragons and you got werewolves, and at 68 agility, he might struggle. But if he could get a few more excellent moves, he should be okay.
Yeah, just crit the enemy. 1 in 32 chance each time. Easy peasy.
Or you can get lucky and run away from him.
Well, as we all know, agility is just a suggestion. So these rather tough to get away from enemies, well, as I say that, there is the Armored Knight. And Jack decides, all right, I'm going to fight this if it's going to keep casting Stop Spell.
And he's got Baby Breath too, so it's not that much of a problem. And looking at the numbers, I think another enemy is going to do it. Well, not yet. One more enemy is going to do it. But unfortunately for Jack, he got sleep blocked.
Oh, gets up with 4 HP, but can't run away, and is going to take a death diving Sharlock. Is just 90. Oh, goodness. 93 hit experience away from level 16. Meanwhile, the experience gap has shortened to under 900.
I think the advantage, though, for Jack is that Ryguy does not know where everything else is. Well, he knows it's in Sharlock, but he's got to dive and grind for it. And his agility is less than what it needs to be. But Jack does get to 16 with 4 power, 3 agility, 6 hit points, 2 magic points. That makes everything a little bit better. That allows him to not need a torch. He does have Radiant available.
Yeah, still has the 11 heal mores, and Ryguy, it looks like, has stayed here at the inn at Cantlin, and I believe is going to make the dive here, figuring that picking up the sword is going to fight down to 16 and go for game.
He'll be at 133. He'll be at 137. But it all depends on what his HP gain is going to be. If it's not enough, it should be enough where he could Death Necklace and swing for a high of 21. No, it would be 23. 23 would be your high, 11 would be your low. The problem is you're not going to get a shot at doubles. It does, Panther Nose. It does require 130. That's why I said it's all dependent on his hit points. He might do it with 128.
Yeah, require. I mean, it's strongly recommended to utilize it at around 129 or 130, but I have certainly seen runners who have utilized the Death Necklace with lower HP and have taken that gamble. With the low MP, though, that would certainly be a gamble.
And ryguy is going to be fighting these green dragons, which is the correct play for him, because he does not know where... Oh, but running into a red dragon, that is a little bit costly. And now Jack runs into a red dragon, but is available to run away from it. Runs into another golem, but he can get away from that quite easily. If Jack keeps on running into these golems, he should be okay. Unfortunately for ryguy, he's running into stuff that he's going to have problems running from.
And now both of our runners having trouble with the red dragons, and Jack taking a death. Meanwhile, ryguy using another heal more, and oh wow. I mean, you see the experience gap. I mean, at this point is pretty close to even here. It's ryguy approaching level 16, but will it be enough?
I think what ryguy is going to do is he's just going to grind and grab the sword and outside. That seems to be his play.
Which isn't so bad if Rye isn't confident that 16's going to be the level once acquiring it here. Then it's just, okay, let me go grab the sword, go do a little bit more grindy, and get up to 17 as quickly as possible.
He's got 128 magic. He's going to have 128 hit points. That's what, 96? By the way, give our wonderful racers a follow, JackimusWedge, ryguy3745. Also give our restreamer, Captain Green 7 a follow. Give our tracker, CD Improv, a follow. And also give myself, sigmafan, and FearonBurgundy a follow. You get to hear his dulcet tones a lot more.
Yeah, it is a good time, and you can be that much closer to putting me into the century mark as far as followers.
Could make you an affiliate. Get those biddies.
Well, surprisingly enough, I'm already at that affiliate stage.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. It's my mind is still oh, wait a minute. Ryguy's gonna go for vanilla also.
I don't mind it at all because he doesn't know. He doesn't know, and he's on a grind He's on a grind mission as well, so that just makes a lot more sense.
Yep, hunting and grinding, and something that you would not have thought about a half hour, 40 minutes ago. what was a 2,600 experience point lead is now flipped the other way as a 400-point deficit for Jack. Jack pretty much is steadfast on going at 16. Ryguy still looking for Erdrick's sword, still has to get it, and is grinding his way up to 17. And will 17 be the difference? Or will Jack be able to squeeze out a victory here at level 16?
And with Jack, he is now on the U floor. I don't know if he still has all of his heal mores. So I think if Jackimus does get to the Dragon Lord, he will be okay.
Well, so far has the 11 heal mores going in here.
And if we remember correctly, there wasn't anything too terribly bad on the bottom floor.
Well, there's the fire-breathing golem, which is preferable to it punching you.
It is baby breath, so it should be okay.
So an average of 13 attacks with 11 heal mores going in. As long as a heal more isn't burnt on this path to the Dragon Lord, Jack certainly has a fighter's chance.
Now here's the question where Ryguy also grabbed the death necklace. And he will. He does have the death necklace. Now he's got to... Now here's the problem with Ryguy. He has to nope out.
Yeah, at this point, Ryguy, not realizing it, is hoping for a failed Dragon Lord fight here in order to come back and take this.
And Jackimus is a fool, so here goes his Dragon Lord fight.
Gets a double hurt more here and is going to opt to attack.
I don't mind this play at all. He's going to average 13 to 14.
All right, so 15 on the first hit. $17 on the second hit. $16 on the third hit. These rolls are unbelievable. 48 so far on the Dragon Lord. And another 13 to get to 61. And another 17. We're at 78. These are all roughly average or above rolls here. Another 17! We're at 95 now for Jackimus. These rolls are just out of this world. There's a 13. We're at 108. A 14. We're at 122. I believe he got a double out of that.
Yeah, he did. And you know what? If he gets his min, even if it's just minimum rolls all the way throughout...
Another 17.
Oh, he's got it.
139. And then 13, 152. This next attack, once he heal mores here, is going to do it. There's an 18 max. Wow, what a way to close it out.
Yeah, that was the blessed of Dragon Lord 2 fights I've seen so far in this tournament. Get your GGs out, ladies and gentlemen. JackimusWedge is one of two that has gone 5-0.
Yes, Jackimus will be one of the top 2 seeds in the bracket stage of the tournament, going undefeated in the 5 Swiss rounds with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 19 minutes, and 29 seconds.
That was a fantastic race. I think what came down to it is that Jackimus saw where he was at 13, didn't like either of the grind spots that much, and who could blame him? And he decided, you know what, I'm just going to dive Sherlock and just fight everything that's in there. And it turned out that he was able to get the sword first, and he was able to get the win.
Yeah, we're going to be hearing from our victor in a matter of moments here, and I think that the first thing we're going to ask about is we're going to ask about those roles, but I have a feeling, knowing how Jackimus interviews tend to go, that the rails will be derailed rather quickly.
And we wouldn't have it any other way. It looks like Ryguy is going to grind all the way to 17 and probably use the Death Necklace. Oh, those ideas would be interesting. Hopefully we could get Jackimus in for an interview.
Looks like Jackimus did say 1 sec in the IRC chat, so probably going to, I don't know, just calm down a little bit, or settle down, or maybe take care of a little bit of business, as it were, and should be joining us momentarily.
Sounds good to me.
Now, in the interim, it looks like we've got a pretty good matchup, or a series of matchups coming up later tonight here. Looks like here we've got a pair of double races all going on at the same time. So 4 different races tonight at 11 o'clock Eastern, 2 of which are on Randomania 2, the other on the RPG Valkyries channel. But we'll get more into that in a moment as we have our victor, Jackimus, here. GG, and good on you for going 5-0 here in the Swiss rounds.
So you're going all fantasy on us.
Yeah. Why not?
A winner is you, for sure.
Okay, now we're at pro wrestling. How about this one? Congratulations.
Yeah, that's right. I won all the races. That's pretty sweet.
Firstly, how about, in glorious fashion, with all of those roles that you were getting, I think they were all average or above average fighting Dragon Lord 2.
Oh yeah, I had way more MP left than I should have there. It was just massive rolls in the fight there. Didn't really need all those huge rolls there, but, it was kind of nice to have the luck swing back in my favor after getting down there. It was just a total pain in the arse on this one.
I think the lowest, you might have gotten a 12, but I think the majority of them were 13 or higher, so they were all around average or better. I mean, a bunch of 16s, 17s, and an 18 to close it out.
Yeah.
Just as kind of an added stone cold salute before stunning the Dragon Lord.
Pretty much, yeah. I even debated not healing before that last attack, but I was at 151 on my count, so I figure, just in case he rolled max, I might as well heal just to not have to get all the way down the bottom of Sherlock again.
Yep. And I want to take a look at the DL2 stats. Your low was 9. Let's see if I would like to see if you were safe or not. because you're at 151, did the Dragon Lord have more than 160 hit points?
162.
You were not safe. So you did do the right thing.
Of course. I always do the right thing, except for when I don't.
A very Yogi Berra-esque statement there, to be sure.
There's a couple of little things that I think were kind of dumb moves in hindsight, but I'm kind of half asleep on this one here. Honestly, I'm surprised I cruised through this one as quick as I did, what with it being Big Swamp and all. I guess things just kind of lined up for me pretty good today.
Yeah, your exploration was fantastic, because you went one way and Ryguy went the other way. Meanwhile, Ryguy did not get any additional hit points on that level.
Wow. Yeah, the stat gains, Ryguy decided to go for level 17, and the gains were 1 strength, I believe 4 agility, 0 hit points, and 9 magic points.
Yikes. That's not what you want to see when you're getting that extra level at the end there.
Yeah,
honestly,
because he was thinking Death Necklace.
Yeah, it could be. I was thinking about fighting Dragon Lord at level 15, but I just couldn't get down there at that level, so it ended up being 16 for me, and 16 was pretty free as long as you didn't get back attacked there. And, you know, having massive rolls clearly helps as well. A couple doubles in there, why not?
Yeah, it just makes a lot of sense to me to do that. Meanwhile, Ryguy is on his Dragon Lord fight and gets a stop spell for his efforts. And so he's only going to absorb 1 hurt more, so he'll be okay.
Right on. Get her done, Ryguy. You are the guy.
And a back attack. And getting a 10 to start here. I mean, just night and day as far as the difference. And a 9. Wow.
What are we on? Randomania here? Let me bring it up. I wanna watch him finish up here.
Yep, we are on Randomania. He does get a double, though.
So we're at 32. Now there's a 15. All right, so we're at 47. And now with 6 heal mores to go. 58 now. Another double. Okay, that's looking good there. Up to 76. Now 89 after the 13. Huge gamble there. 106 now. Not a great heal more. 120.
Looks like he's in pretty good shape there. He's just got to deal 42 more damage and should get 3 more attacks after that 13, I would say.
Yep, up to 133. Penultimate heal more. 145. Here's the last
heal more. He's got it.
This swing will do it, I'm sure.
Next attack will do it here.
He's finishing
and
with an
also
18
closing
too.
out with
Yeah.
an 18.
That's how we do it in the 4-0 race. We finish with a max roll.
That was not a max roll.
Well, you finish with 18s then.
Oh yeah, he's got 1 more attack than me at level 17. Right.
That notwithstanding, get out your GGs for Ryguy, who takes his first loss, but still 4-1, not too shabby. Going to have a pretty nice seeding in the tournament. Finishing with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 11 seconds, just shy of 10 minutes behind Jack.
Q. I'm glad that you got my pronouns right, but I requested my name to be changed also before the race, and you didn't do that. I'm disappointed.
What was the name change?
I wanted to be called Turd Ferguson.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, what do you want?
You rang in.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, that's your opinion.
I hate my job.
I can settle for really, Jack. I like the
answer,
question
of
mark
course,
there.
was mustard.
It's at least,
Mustard comes from mustard seed.
it's like, is it me or is it really me? Who knows? But yeah, that was a fun seed. Big Swamp is fun. More people should play it.
No, thank you.
You just have to be willing to quaff some herbs and take some risks. That's all there is to her.
So apparently we've turned into Friday Night Live here, or Friday Evening Live, as opposed to Saturday Night Live.
Oh, nobody wanted to be on Fridays. Anyway, we're going to have Ryguy in chat soon.
Sweet. I like that guy. His name is Rye.
I heard Ryguy loves a good French fry, and his bread is all rye.
You're very quickly losing your right to free speech, Sigma.
Take that trip back.
Okay, Jackimus, how about this? I hope you'll lose in the next round.
Yeah, okay. If I lose, I lose. I mean, hey, all you can do in Dragon Warrior is just play as best as you're able to, and from there, I mean, it's really up to the game whether or not you're going to have success or not. There's a lot of luck in this game. Makes it fun, keeps it interesting.
Something I don't have much of. Anyway, so 5-0. What do you think about the other 4-0 runners, Mr. Holmes and who's the other one?
High
Spirits,
I think, eh? Yeah. When's their race? That should be a pretty good one too, eh?
Well, on that note, we got Ryguy on here. Ryguy, GG's, good sir, fantastic race. Unfortunately, some things just didn't roll your way.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty happy with the Big Swamp in less than an hour and a half. That seems all right.
It is all right. And I wanted to ask you about the grind. You saw both spike tiles of the Stone Man and the Red Dragon. I'm guessing you thought Stone Man was the lesser of two evils?
Oh, yeah, I wasn't thrilled with either one. That Red Dragon, I feel like I barely escaped the first time, and I didn't want to sit there and stop spell him. And at least the Stonemen were free. Yeah, I wasn't very sure about that, but at least the Stonemen were pretty free with their hurt and stop spell, so I don't know, I just camped out there. I assume that was the wrong choice.
No, you had chipped into, I mean, at one point, Jack had a roughly 2,600 experience point lead. And with your grind on the Stone Man, along with Jack's trying to get through Sharlock to get Erdrick's sword, you were able to chip into that pretty quickly with a very lengthy grind that required, I think you probably got close to 2,600 experience just on the one, that one trip.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't thrilled with the location of Hawksness. I didn't want to mess around with stop spelling those red dragons. I had no idea. I'd never tried it. They might have had a lot of resistance for all I knew. And, if I die, whatever, it's like 5 steps away from the castle or something, so.
Yeah, Jack had really good luck in stop spelling the red dragons. So I don't think the stop spell was that bad. Probably a 3 out of 16.
Well, I never even tried.
I landed it as soon as I saw the heal more on the one in Hawksness, and there was one or two other ones I fought while I was just going for the sword and needed some more experience. It didn't seem like it was too tough to land it. I think I only missed on one of the 3 red dragons I actually fought in the seed.
If I recall correctly, Rye, I don't believe that you had the stop. I don't think you had stop spell when you went to face the red dragon in Hawksness to get the armor, so it wasn't even an option for you.
Oh no, I saw the heal more and I was just sitting there praying it was like a 25% heal more. I was trying to like will stop spell into my spell menu, but yeah, I just kept hacking because I had nothing else to do, and he didn't cast heal more again, so I never did try.
But yeah, with no resources left, you were able to take it out, and that gave you a little bit of an advantage. But I think the big thing was just the exploration. It seems like in a lot of cases, usually whoever finds Erdrick's armor first gets that huge advantage, but it was probably about a 5-minute differential between the two of you picking it up.
Well, and I left the chest behind in Mountain Cave. I left the chest behind in Tablet Cave, and I went back to look for those as I looked for the Rainbow Drop Cave, which took me a bit of time to find too. So that wasn't very efficient.
Yeah, the Armored Knights were pretty pesky in the early going.
Really? I thought they were great.
Yeah, I mean, I thought they were all right. I didn't mind seeing them in Sharlock for sure, but they still managed to kill me, I think, a couple of times through there, just in their random attacks here.
Oh, yeah. Wait, you said armored. I'm thinking, no, yeah, Armored Knight. Yeah, the red guys. Yeah, no, those weren't tough. They just had Stop Spell and Baby Breath. I think I beat my first one when I was level 6 or 7 or something like that.
Yeah, I meant more so in the first maybe 5 to 10 minutes before Hurtmore was acquired. They were a bit problematic.
Oh, I never saw any until I got Hurtmore. I guess I didn't wander far enough away to see them.
That was my favorite part of the beginning. I went through Swamp Cave a couple times, got picked off by Armored Knight, got picked off by Armored Knight, and then you pick up Hurtmore, and it's a slime, and another slime, another slime. Thanks, kid.
Yeah, go figure, right? I don't know, the early Hurtmore is always nice, but I felt like it was fizzling a little more than usual for me today. Like, I remember there was one Axe Knight that I fought, and that just prompted me to just type WOW into the Hex chat, because it's just like, alright, fizzles twice in a row, lands, doesn't kill him, I swing to finish him, I miss, and I'm dead. It's like, come on, really? Oh, well.
Thank you for reminding me. I was going to ask what that WOW was in the IRC chat.
Yeah, just, alright, there's a 1 in 16 miss. There's a 1 in 16 miss. There's like a, 1 in 8 not instant kill. There's a 1 in 16 miss on a physical. Just, maybe I'll buy a ticket for the lottery tonight. Who knows?
Get all those rarities.
Yeah.
So JackimusWedge, any final words?
Well, why don't we try something here? Why don't you guys do my final words for me tonight?
Oh, goodness. I should know this. Let's go Bruins?
Yeah, sweet. There we go. All right.
Oh, that must have been tough from a guy from Philly to say, right?
It was said tongue-in-cheek. Imitation, the sincerest form of flattery, that's all.
Nice, buddy. Nice.
I'm ABB when it comes to sports. Anybody but Boston.
And that's my cue to exit. Thanks for the race ride. It was pretty fun. Thanks for wordsing Ferran and Sigma. And I think it was Captain Color that did the thing.
Yep, Captain Green did the restreaming, and CD Improv doing the tracking.
Yeah, that's right. That Sid character ruled the seed and tracked. Good on yous. Right.
GG's, Jack. And yeah, thank you guys for commentating, Fearon and Sigma, and thanks to CD and Captain Green for the tracking and restream.
Yep, certainly a goodie. And coming up, we're going to take about a 4-hour and change respite here, but Randomania 2 and the RPG Valkyries channel at 11 o'clock Eastern tonight. Going to have quite a few races here, as on RPG Valkyries, we've got Ali Gerbrap against Centroid 41 and J-Man 1865 against the Seawolf 1. Then, meanwhile, over on Randomania 2, we have the 0-4 Fatal 4-Way, in a sense. Vanny Van taking on Scratch Dragon, and Nitsky, I believe, taking on Invenerable. As Nitsky having the bye of the 0-4s, as there was a dropout from the field of 64 after week 3.
That is correct, and but we are going to be rating RPG Limit Break. They're doing their bad or obscure speedrun showcase this Labor Day weekend, so that's going to be a lot of fun to watch. When you want to take a break from Dragon Warrior Randomizer, you can watch them speedrun wonderful bad games like Lagoon or other games that aren't good at all.
Lagoon's not that bad. It's just got wonky hit detection.
Wait, Jack, are we the opening act for the bad speedrun showcase? What are they trying to tell us here?
Well, I do run a lot of games a lot of people just don't seem to like, so I don't know, seems appropriate.
It's like the old saying, from the penthouse to the outhouse.
Speaking of the outhouse, that's where I'm headed right now, so see you fine folks again soon.
Alrighty,
And
Jack,
play Gloria
congratulations, and GG once again. And something about the Bruins, yes.
May they go 0-82. Kidding. They could go 1-81. I'll be okay. Anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning into this wonderful race. Jackimus goes 5-0. ryguy3745 will slip to 4-1, but both of them you'll be seeing again in the playoffs. We have the brackets in a week and a half from now on the looks like September the 9th.
Yep, September 9th they'll start the bracket seeds, and that's where things will really get interesting, as it'll be winning you move on, losing you're out.
Sounds good to me. So for Captain Green 7, CD Improv, ryguy3745, some guy named JackimusWedge, and the wonderful color commentator FearonBurgundy, I am sigmafan saying good night. Good night.